For 1,000 years, the Zorak Empire ruled the stars. They were powerful. They were cruel. And most of all, they were unbeatable. The Zorak did not care about peace. They cared only about control. Planet after planet, they crushed anyone who said no. If a world resisted, they destroyed its cities. If people fought back, they wiped them out completely. Across the galaxy, fear became the law. Everyone feared the Zorak. Everyone bowed to them. Everyone, except one small, forgotten planet. Earth. The Zorak did not think much about Earth. To them, humans were weak, slow, and stupid. A tiny, unimportant species on a blue rock. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to fear. And so, Earth was left alone. But Earth was not sleeping. Earth was growing. In the shadows of their forgotten world, humans worked. They built cities, machines, and strange technologies. They learned how to survive, even when bigger powers ignored them. They were patient. They were quiet. But change was coming. In a small town, far from the giant cities, a baby was born. At first, he looked like any other child. 2 eyes, 2 arms, 10 fingers, and 10 toes. But when the baby cried, lights flickered. When the baby laughed, plants grew faster. When the baby touched water, it danced around his hands like living silver. His parents were afraid. They tried to hide him. They moved to a cabin deep in the woods. No internet, no visitors, no questions. But secrets like this do not stay hidden for long. In the cold halls of their worship, a Zorak commander received a message. It was short and simple. Strange human activity detected. Possible threat. The commander laughed. Humans? A threat? Impossible. But orders were orders. He sent a small scout team to Earth. Observe. Report. If needed, destroy. He commanded. They would regret it. Meanwhile, Earth's leaders started to notice too. Satellites showed strange energy patterns. Local weather changed near the boys' home. Small earthquakes shook the ground without reason. A secret meeting was called. Generals, scientists, leaders, all gathered in an underground room. "What are we dealing with?" asked General Torres. A scientist stood up. Her hands shook slightly. "We don't know," she said honestly. "This child, he is not normal. He is beyond anything we understand." "Is he dangerous?" the president asked. The scientist hesitated. "Only if we make him our enemy." The room fell silent. Above Earth, hidden by the black of space, the Zorak scout ship arrived. 3 warriors stepped onto Earth's soil. Tall, strong, armored in black metal. Each carried weapons that could tear apart mountains. They found the cabin easily. Their scanners showed the energy pulses like a lighthouse in the dark. Inside, the boy sat by the fire, playing with a simple wooden toy. He looked up as the door crashed open. The lead Zorak pointed his blaster. "Come with us, human," he roared. The boy tilted his head. He did not speak. He simply smiled. The air inside the cabin shifted. It grew heavy, thick, like walking through water. The Zorak leader tried to move, but his feet stuck to the floor. He looked down in shock. The wooden toy in the boy's hand floated into the air. It spun faster and faster, until it became a blur. The boy lifted his hand, and the Zorak soldiers were thrown backwards, as if struck by a hurricane. Their armor cracked. Their weapons shattered. Their fear was real. They scrambled out of the cabin, dragging their wounded commander with them. They fired their blasters at the boy, but the beams curved away, missing him completely. The boy laughed softly, as if playing a game. The Zorak ran. They ran back to their ship. They left Earth without looking back. In the darkness of space, the Zorak commander wrote a report to the Empire. "Human child. Danger level unknown. Recommend extreme caution. possible new power. The message was sent. The warning was clear. But far away in the golden halls of the Zorak Empire, the Emperor read the message and laughed. "One human child," he said. "Let them play. We are the rulers of the stars. Nothing can change that." He was wrong. Change had already begun. And soon, the entire galaxy would feel it. The Zorak Empire did not forget the boy. They had ruled the stars for too long to feel fear. But now, they felt something close to it. The Emperor sat on his high throne, thinking. "A human child with strange powers," he said. "It must be a trick. It must be a mistake." He ordered a new mission. Not scouts this time. A full strike team. "Capture the child," he said, "or destroy him." The message spread across the empire. Soon, a deadly ship, black as night, fast as lightning, left the Zorak homeworld. It carried the best hunters in the galaxy. Each one had crushed armies. Each one believed no child could stand against them. They would soon learn how wrong they were. On Earth, the boy's parents grew more afraid. They knew someone, or something, was coming. The air itself seemed tense, like before a great storm. Birds flew away from the forests. Wolves howled at the empty skies. The boy, however, was calm. He sat by the river, watching the water flow. Sometimes, the water would rise up to meet his hand. Sometimes, the fish would swim in strange circles, obeying his silent commands. He was not afraid. He was curious. He could feel the stars above. He could feel something moving among them, coming closer. That night, a bright light burned in the sky. The hunters had arrived. The Zorak strike team landed far from human cities, deep in the forests. Their ship sank into the earth, hidden from satellites. 12 hunters stepped out. Their armor was thick. Their weapons were deadly. Their mission was simple: find the boy, capture him, bring him back. They spread out, moving silently through the trees. They thought it would be easy. They thought wrong. The boy watched the stars as he sat on a hill. He closed his eyes. He could feel them, the 12 strangers moving through the forest. He could hear their footsteps on the soft earth. He could taste the sharp metal of their weapons in the air. He smiled. He stood up and began to walk toward them. The first hunter saw him first, a small figure glowing faintly in the darkness. He raised his blaster and fired. The blast raced toward the boy, but it never reached him. The beam of light bent in midair, like a river hitting a rock, and shot back at the hunter. The hunter barely jumped aside. He shouted into his communicator, "Target has energy shields. Extreme threat." The other hunters rushed in. They surrounded the boy, weapons aimed from every side. "You are alone," their leader said. "Give up. Come with us." The boy tilted his head. "No," he said quietly. And the earth beneath their feet answered him. The ground shook violently. Trees cracked and fell. The hunters stumbled, struggling to stay upright. The boy lifted his hand slowly. The wind roared like a living creature. Leaves, dirt, stones, everything lifted into the air. The hunters fired again and again. Blasters, plasma bombs, electric nets. Nothing touched the boy. Their weapons melted mid-flight. Their machines short-circuited and died. One by one, the hunters fell. Some were trapped under giant roots rising from the earth. Some were caught by invisible hands and thrown into the trees. Some simply collapsed, unable to breathe under the crushing weight of the boy's power. In just minutes, the most feared warriors in the galaxy were defeated. The boy stood alone in the center of the broken forest. Not a scratch on him, not even tired. Above the planet, the captain of the Zorak ship watched in horror. Through their helmet cameras, he saw everything. He saw the hunters fall. He saw the boy's glowing eyes. He saw the forces of nature themselves bending to the boy's will. The captain did not wait. He turned the ship around and flew into space. He would deliver only one message to the Empire. The human child is not a weapon. He is a force of nature. We cannot capture him. We can only fear him. Far away, the Emperor received the new report. He crushed the screen in his hand. "Prepare the armies," he growled. "If Earth hides such power, then Earth must burn." The stars would soon turn red with fire. But the humans were ready. And the child? The child was just beginning to understand his true power. The real war had not even started yet. The Zorak Empire had never seen anything like the boy. Not a warrior, not a machine, but something new. They feared him. On Earth, the boy grew stronger every day. The strange powers inside him grew. He could move faster than any animal. He could control light, bending it like water. He could feel the energy in the air and use it. Scientists and leaders watched in awe and fear. They called him the Gift. They hoped he could protect humanity. But they also worried. What if they could not control him? The government built a secret base deep underground. Only the most trusted scientists were allowed inside. There, they studied the boy. They tested him carefully. The boy learned fast. He listened and watched. But he never lost the child inside. Curious, playful, kind. One scientist, Dr. Elena Park, became close to him. She did not see a weapon. She saw a child who wanted to help. "Your power is rare," she told him softly. "But with great power comes great responsibility." The boy nodded. He wanted to protect his home. But he also wanted peace. Far away, the Zorak Empire prepared for war. The Emperor ordered new weapons, faster ships, deadlier soldiers. But none of these were enough. "Nothing will stop the boy," the Emperor said. "We must find a way to use him against his own people." His advisors looked confused. "Use him?" one asked. "How can we control such power?" The Emperor smiled darkly. "We will try." Back on Earth, the boy's powers became harder to hide. People started to notice strange events. Lights in the sky. Storms that came without warning. Animals acting strangely. Some humans were afraid. Some wanted to capture the boy for themselves. Others wanted to protect him at all costs. The boy felt the weight of the world on his small shoulders. Then, one day, something unexpected happened. The boy discovered a new power, one that surprised everyone. He could reach into space, not with machines, but with his mind. He could sense ships far away. He could hear voices in the darkness. He told Dr. Park about it. She looked amazed. "This changes everything," she said. "If you can reach the stars, then you can warn us of danger. Or maybe you can stop wars before they begin." The boy smiled, but inside, he felt fear. Such power was dangerous. Could he control it? The Zorak spies watched Earth closely. They sent messages back to the Emperor. "He is more powerful than we thought," they warned. "He can touch the stars with his mind." The Emperor's eyes gleamed. "Then we will strike first," he said. "We will use his power before he uses it against us." He ordered a secret plan, a way to capture the boy and turn his power into a weapon for the Empire. Meanwhile, on Earth, the boy trained harder than ever. He practiced moving light and energy. He learned to protect himself and others. He learned to trust Dr. Park and the small team helping him. But he also grew lonely. No other child was like him. No one understood his power. No one knew what the future would bring. One evening, as the sun set behind the mountains, the boy stood alone. He looked up at the stars, bright, endless, full of secrets. He wondered, "Am I the protector or the destroyer?" The answer was not clear. But one thing was certain: the galaxy was changing forever. And the boy was at the center of it all. For years, the Zorak Empire ruled the galaxy without challenge. Their ships were fast, their soldiers fierce. No one dared fight back. But now, everything was changing. The humans were no longer weak. And the child, The boy with strange powers was ready. The boy stood quietly in the command room deep underground. Around him, scientists and soldiers watched nervously. They knew this moment was important. This was the first time humans would fight back. The boy looked at the stars on the large screen. He could see the Zorak fleet, hundreds of ships, huge and deadly, moving closer to Earth. The Empire was coming for them, but the boy was not afraid. He had learned to control his powers, and tonight he would use them. The plan was simple but dangerous. A small team of humans would sneak into space on a hidden ship. The boy would lead the attack. Their target was a Zorak base on a distant moon. If they succeeded, it would be a message to the galaxy. Humans were not weak. Humans were not afraid. Humans would fight. The ship flew silently through the stars. Inside, the boy's eyes glowed faintly. His hands moved softly, controlling energy around him. He felt the power growing inside. When they reached the moon, the humans moved quickly. They hid in shadows. They avoided patrols. They reached the base's entrance without making a sound. The boy stepped forward. He raised his hand slowly. Light bent and twisted around him like water. The air hummed with energy. Suddenly, a powerful wave of light exploded from his hands. The base's walls cracked and crumbled. Zorak soldiers screamed and ran. The boy smiled, but he was calm. He did not want to kill. He only wanted to stop them. Inside the base, machines broke down. Weapons stopped working. Alarms rang loudly, but the humans were already gone. The Zorak soldiers outside were confused and scared. How could a child destroy their fortress without firing a single weapon? The humans escaped into space, their mission complete. Back on Earth, news of the attack spread fast. People cheered and cried. The boy had shown the galaxy that humans could fight back. But the Zorak Empire was furious. The Emperor screamed orders. Find the child. Destroy Earth. Crush all resistance. In the dark corners of the galaxy, other alien species watched closely. For years, they had lived in fear of the Zorak. Now, they whispered among themselves. Maybe humans are different. Maybe the galaxy is about to change. The boy returned to Earth a hero, but he was tired. His powers had taken much from him. He knew the war was only beginning. And the galaxy was watching. The victory on the moon gave humans hope, but not everyone wanted peace. Deep inside Earth's secret base, shadows moved quietly. Whispers filled the halls. Not all humans trusted the boy. Not all humans believed the fight was worth the cost. Some thought the boy was too powerful. Some feared what he could become. Among them was Agent Kane, a man with a cold heart and secret plans. He watched the boy with suspicion. To Kane, the boy was a weapon, dangerous and unpredictable. If we lose control, Kane said, he could destroy us all. The boy sensed the growing tension. He saw the looks, the whispers, the fear. He wanted to show them he was on their side. He wanted to protect everyone. But trust was hard to find. One night, while the boy rested, Kane made his move. He snuck into the lab where the boy's powers were studied. He hacked into the computers, searching for secrets. He found plans for a device, something to control the boy's power. A machine that could turn the boy into a weapon for those in charge. Kane smiled coldly. This is the future, he whispered, and I will be the one to control it. Meanwhile, the Zorak Empire prepared their next strike. They knew the boy was powerful, but they believed humans could be broken from within. The Emperor sent spies to Earth. They watched the base, listening to secret talks. They saw the cracks in human trust. They smiled. Back on Earth, the boy began to notice strange things. His powers sometimes flickered, weaker than before. His visions of the stars were unclear. Dr. Park looked worried. There is interference, she said. Someone is trying to control you. The boy's heart sank. He had fought the Empire outside. Now he was losing inside. One evening, Kane approached the boy. He offered a deal. "Join me," he said. "Together, we can use your power to rule the galaxy. No more hiding. No more fear." The boy shook his head. "No," he said. "My power is to protect, not to rule." Kane's eyes darkened. "You don't understand," he hissed. "You will lose control, or I will take control for you." The boy knew a choice was coming. A choice that would change everything. Could he trust his own people? Could he fight an enemy from within and from the stars? The shadows of betrayal were closing in. Far above Earth, the Zorak fleet prepared to strike. The war was not just on the battlefield. It was inside the hearts of those who fought for humanity. And the boy stood at the center of it all. Strong, but alone. The boy stood alone in the silent lab. His heart was heavy. Betrayed by one of his own, hunted by a powerful empire. The weight of the galaxy rested on his small shoulders. But he did not give up. Outside, Earth was alive with tension. People watched the skies, waiting for the next attack. But they also felt hope, because the boy was still fighting. Dr. Park stood beside him. "We are stronger together," she said softly. "Your power is more than energy. It's the spirit of humanity." The boy looked at her. He felt a new strength inside. Kane's plans had been uncovered. His betrayal was exposed to the world. Many were shocked. How could someone from their own side turn against them? But the boy did not hate Kane. He understood fear, the fear of losing control. "I will not fight you with hate," the boy said quietly. "I will fight with hope." The Emperor of the Zorak sent his ships once more. This time, Earth was ready. The boy and his team led the defense. They used their powers and technology together. Light bent and weapons fired. Energy clashed in the skies. For hours, the battle raged. The boy flew faster than ever before. His eyes shone like stars. He reached the front lines, where the Zorak flagship waited. The Emperor looked down from his bridge. "You are strong, human, but you cannot stop the Empire." The boy smiled. "I am not alone." Suddenly, Earth's fleet arrived. Ships from every nation united. The galaxy watched as humans fought as one. The battle ended with the Zorak retreating. They could not break the spirit of humanity. The boy landed softly on Earth's surface. People cheered. The boy raised his hand, not to strike, but to heal. The forests grew greener. The skies cleared. Life returned to the planet. The boy's journey was not over. But one thing was clear. Humans were no longer weak. They were a force the galaxy must respect. And the boy, the child who changed everything, was the symbol of a new hope. The war was over. The stars were quiet. But the galaxy had changed forever. The boy stood on Earth's highest mountain. He looked at the sunrise, soft light spreading across the world. The air smelled fresh. The birds sang their morning songs. This was a new beginning. The Zorak Empire was broken. Their mighty fleets had fled. The Emperor was gone, lost in the darkness of space. Other alien races, who once lived in fear, now looked to Earth. They saw something new, a planet not weak, but strong. A planet with humans who had fought and won. On Earth, people celebrated. They'd rebuilt what was lost. They remembered the cost of war. And they dreamed of peace. The boy was no longer just a child. He had grown into a symbol of courage, hope, and change. Leaders from all nations came together. They promised to protect the Earth and the stars. They agreed to share knowledge and power. They knew the galaxy was bigger than any one world, and humans would face it together. The boy smiled as he looked up at the stars. He felt the energy of the universe inside him, not as a weapon, but as a gift. He knew the future was uncertain. There would be challenges ahead, but he also knew one truth. Humans would never give up. The sun rose higher, warming the Earth, lighting the path forward. A new dawn had come. For the boy, for humanity, and for the galaxy.